What's up, guys? I'm Matt Reisinger.
And I'm CJ with CNC Electric.
CJ, what is this beautiful building behind us?
Well, we're in wine country and we're on a 100-acre plus organic farm with a custom home in the front. And this is actually a working ag barn.
Oh man, CJ, the details here on this barn are fantastic. You guys are gonna love this. Working ag barn on a farm in wine country. Let's get going. CJ, absolutely beautiful building. Can you give me any rough idea of size here?
I want to say it's around 30 by 50, around 1,500 square feet.
Okay, and then you've got, it looks like a working porch on one side for the farmers, washdown stations, all that kind of stuff.
There's a washdown bay on the side for the produce that comes off. It's a working organic farm, so it's all in-house right here.
That's so cool. And I'm assuming you worked with a builder on this project, right? You wired this all?
Yep, so we work with this builder. His name's Dave Haynes. Haynes Construction, and we've done a lot of projects with him. And again, this is not your average barn.
Good to have you guys out.
Man, Dave, beautiful. Now, what is this kind of dark siding I'm seeing on the outside here?
So the siding that we use on this project is Duration.
It's all Duration millworks.
It's all Duration millwork, so it's that polyash polymer.
And painted on site, I'm assuming,
Painted
right?
on site.
It
nice
looks
dark
so
color.
good. I even like how you painted down onto the concrete with that same dark color, so it kind of is all in the shadows.
Yes, no, that was all intentional. We painted down to there, and then we also have this greenhouse over there, which has a hidden door. Same thing, we covered, brought that black color through to kind of hide that door as best as we could.
That's really cool. Let's walk inside. We'll see what it looks like inside.
When I first saw this plan set, Dave's like, we're building a barn. And then I saw the plan set and I'm like, this is not an average barn.
No, definitely not your average ag barn.
Dave, talk to me about construction here. This appears to be slab on grade, but then is this steel? Is this wood? What's the structure here?
So this is slab on grade, but it's a pier supported grade beam foundation. So we have piers going down 15 feet plus to support the grade beams. And then what you're seeing here is the slab on grade, which is serving as the floor for the space.
Okay, and then behind the plywood, is that steel construction, wood?
It's wood construction. We have 2x6 walls, 16-inch on center. We insulated them. They have, the plywood finish that you're seeing on the inside here, and a lot of I-joists.
So this is really built just like a house in a lot of respects, right?
Yeah, essentially it's your traditional wood framing that you see on most residential construction.
I love it. And these plywood walls, CJ, they look fantastic.
It helped us out because when I first saw the set of plans, again, it was just supposed to be a barn. And, we talked several times, was it going to be open walls or we're going to have
stud bays?
And it was really nice too. I think the justification for it would probably for being able to screw things to the walls. But for us, we're able to wire it traditionally with non-metallic sheathed, Romex. And the only exposed stuff that we have, it's obviously is an EMT, but it made our life easy, and I think it just overall made it, just a much better finished product.
Here's one detail that I'll point out for you two that I'm impressed by. Where your I-joists come and sit on top of that top plate right there, you've blocked every one with plywood, so there's no drywall necessary. You've made that nice and clean and pretty, and look where that square is right there, CJ, that you brought that conduit through. Looks like somebody cut a nice little square out right there, pulled that conduit through.
Yeah,
that's some
the
good
guys,
craftsmanship.
when we don't get to do a ton of conduit, but when the guys get to, it's it's a work of art. So they take super meticulous time and make sure the bends are perfect. And then, of course, when I have a good finished carpenter come behind you and make you look good, it's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome. What are these posts I'm seeing here? Are those yellow pine posts?
Douglas fir.
That's Doug fir. Okay, so these Doug fir posts come down, and you've got a Simpson connector here down here. I'm assuming for probably seismic reasons, everything's got hold downs through the whole building.
And there's a pier directly below that, drilled 15 feet down, so we're distributing that load right on top of a pier.
And then is there space above us that these I-joists are supporting floor for?
Yeah, so we have a loft upstairs, which we can go up there next. But yes, a loft upstairs, the beams here to support any kind of load that they might, put on top of that floor.
Dave, tell me about the staircase here. I love how you've got the exposed stringer, but then you painted the treads.
Yeah, so we painted the treads with a kind of an epoxy coating as more of a durability thing so that they wear nicely. But yeah, we left the LVL stringer exposed.
That's pretty cool. And you even made some cabinet doors out of just some regular old AC plywood.
Trying to maximize the storage, it was a space that wasn't used very, very much, and we didn't want it just to be a cluttered area. So went ahead and put some cabinet doors across the face of it and use it for storage.
Love it, man. And the plywood that's on the walls, is that 1/2 inch or 3/4?
It's 1/2 inch CDX plywood. Mainly we put it up just so that they could hang, you know, stuff off the walls easily.
Yep.
And also to keep any rats from, you know, essentially using the bays, you know, to keep it nice and clean.
And did you put a finish on those, on that plywood?
Yeah, just a simple roll-on, water-based finish just to keep the plywood from getting dirty and stained with oils and stuff like that from all the
Gotcha.
use on the farm.
Nothing fancy. And center drain just for washing off trucks and stuff if they're pulling in?
Yeah, same
wash
thing,
down the
just to
floors?
keep it nice and clean. You know, when they're working on their tractors, bringing mud in here, that they can just hose it down right into the drain and get it out of here.
It's beautiful. Let's go check out the loft. We'll see you upstairs.
Alrighty, Matt. Well, up here, this is the hay loft for the ag barn.
Oh man,
And
this
up
is
here,
beautiful.
What we have is a kitchen for the farm workers. Full hay loft up here for storage for the ag barn. This is where they'll store some of the produce and stuff as it dries, and also anything that they need for the farm itself.
I really like this, Dave. Standard trusses, although you did do a loft style truss, right? So you get a little bit more headroom up here, scissor truss. Also, you blocked out with plywood where the trusses land on that top plate. That looks really nice.
Just to keep it clean and keep the rats from taking over any of the space.
What's this random door over here?
So this is a door. Let's open it up. We have a little guardrail out there. But
Oh,
just to
ventilation, is that
allow-
right?
Yeah, just to allow a little ventilation, a little cross flow between the window and
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. I love it. Painted floors, so you get just regular plywood, but it gets a little bit more durability. And a couple of skylights. Are those operable skylights too, CJ?
They're powered, yeah. So remote's behind us. Lighting too was kind of a challenge as far as like we wanted to keep maximum clearance, but we just chose really basic, high lumen output, high base that you'd see it, you know, in a warehouse. Just out of the way, but still giving us enough light.
So cool. Man, what a great space. I love it. Let's go down and we'll show these guys the garden on the side.
Oh, cool. Let's do it.
I said garden, what I meant was greenhouse. Oh my gosh, Dave, this is a beautiful space. Cedar, is that what we're seeing here?
Western red cedar is used for the frame of this.
Oh my gosh, it looks like all clear grade too. This is some beautiful Western red. And then this looks like polygal maybe. Just some plastic corrugated.
Yeah, polycarbonate panels.
For both ceiling and the windows.
Yes, and then we made those frames easy to remove so that those panels can be replaced as needed.
Check that out too. So you can close this up if you want to keep the heat in for the plants, or if you need a little ventilation space, you custom made these. Did your in-house carpenters do this, or who did this for you?
Yes, our in-house carpenters built this whole greenhouse.
Tell your guys I said, well done. I really like this space. This is fabulous. And then the cables I'm seeing, is that just to kind of keep everything from moving and staying nice and square?
Yeah, so structurally, you know, we needed those just to keep any kind of wind from, you know, kind of blowing this thing down.
Yeah, because there's no sheathing on the outside. It's really like a pergola that's been enclosed in some respects, right? No lights out here though, CJ.
No, being farmers, they're extremely practical. So we begged the design team, can you give us some kind of lighting spec? You know, can we put some LED somewhere? And they said, just give us switched receptacles and they'll move their string lights and stuff around. So that's how they wanted it and that's how they got it.
That's hilarious. So you just have 3 switched outlets and then they'll add string lights.
Really
in the
basic. Like I
future.
said, they're practical farmers, so it's really cool.
As long as it's daytime, I don't think you need any lights out here. It's awfully nice.
It's pretty bright, huh?
And then around the corner from us, full washroom, shower space, right?
Yep.
Chicken coop on the back. But the space that I want to show will end the video, I think is really cool, which is your porch and wash bay area. Let's meet over there. I love this side porch. This is really cool, Dave. What's the garage bay for as you walk up to the porch here?
So this will be a refrigerated walk-in fridge, essentially, and this is where they'll store all of the produce that they'd go farm to table with.
Ah, okay. And then I'm assuming all the stainless equipment that's getting installed here, this is a wash bay station, get the produce ready.
Yeah, so that's what it's intended for. You know, they pick all the produce out in the farm, bring it to the front of this, wash it, clean it, goes into the walk-in fridge, and then out to the restaurants.
Oh, so restaurants are actually going to be buying from this farm when this is all a fully working farm.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Local restaurants will buy it to farm to table organic produce.
That's fantastic. Porch, we're seeing more of that Duration Millwork siding. And then is that the same on the ceiling as well?
Yep, it's the same Duration product on the ceiling. We have it vented with the little vents that you can see on each end.
Way to go. Vented on both sides so we get some airflow in there. Yep. Any incidental moisture will get vented out. Not much electrical out here, it doesn't look like, CJ. Just a couple lights. And
really, really basic. They wanted to keep it clean and sleek, and so we just have a couple, or a few recessed 4-inch LED cans with black trims. That's it.
Our buddy Eric Ani would like all this exposed plumbing, wouldn't
he?
he?
All the press fittings.
I really like this. I love the exposed hose bibs, the copper press fittings. It feels kind of industrial. I also like, check this out, it's draining to a trough, and I'm assuming that trough's going into a field or some other location. So when you're using water, it's not flooding the road right here.
No, it goes to a riprap little bioretention area.
Super smart. If this was a Texas ranch, this would be the deer cleaning station, CJ.
Oh, you could do so much with this space. I love it. I mean, literally anything you want could happen here.
It's pretty awesome. Man, super cool. Who was the designer? I don't think we mentioned it yet, Dave.
Christy Tyrius from Tyrius Design Studio. She was the architect for this whole project.
Amazing job. Absolutely.
So
make sure
she also did the main house.
Okay.
And
we got the tour of earlier.
And a rec barn. So yeah, I mean, it's a fancy barn.
That's pretty cool. Very cool. Guys, if you're not currently watching CJ's videos, he's shooting videos on a weekly basis over on buildshownetwork.com. He's made a bunch of videos from this project, a bunch of other projects with Dave, because he works with Dave on a regular basis. I'll make sure to put Dave's Instagram handle in the description below, and also his website if you're building in this kind of Sonoma area. Is that right? That's where we are?
Northern California, the wine country.
Good stuff. And in the meantime, go follow CJ and I on Instagram as well. We're shooting videos on a weekly basis, both here on the YouTube channel and on buildshownetwork.com. With that being said, follow us on TikTok or Instagram. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on The Build Show.